Hey, it's Nika. Welcome back to my channel and to another Project Life Process video. I am so excited because I am getting back into the swing of Project Life. So this spread that I am doing is it's not for the whole month of June, but the beginning of June. And kind of the way I'm doing this spread, I'm only adding the date to the first of the month, and I may go back later and add the dates. But basically, I'm going to do that one for the beginning of the month and then just do spreads until I get to the next month and add the month. And I'm doing that just until I get caught up, and I may go back to weekly after that. But this picture is a picture of my planner stack. And I was so excited. Well, I was just getting back into planners because I stopped planning for a minute during the whole lockdown. So for the month of June, I was determined to get back into planning, get back on my daily schedule, back into my daily routines. So that's kind of why I wanted this picture to be at the beginning of the month. And for this layout, I chose a color scheme. It's like a pink and gray color scheme. Like the cards that I chose are very muted. And I basically did that because other than the cards, like after that, I could just use pops of color because I'm kind of just using what's on my desk for this spread. I have a few Maggie Holmes sticker sheets and one of her word labels and some alphas. And that's about it. I'm just kind of using what I have basically what I have on top because I have not dug into my stash yet. As y'all know, I have not been doing Project Life for a while, but that does not mean that I didn't stop buying supplies. So I have a lot of stuff to get through. So just to get back into it, I'm just kind of using what's on top instead of, digging into my stash, doing color schemes and all of that. So right now I am just struggling with the month. Well, I wanted to put the month of June on this little tag from this little cut apart sheet, and it was perfect, but I forgot I was doing some watercoloring before I did this spread, and I guess a little bit of it was still on my finger. So I had to find another little piece from this cut apart sheet, and it doesn't work as perfectly as that other one, but it was just no saving it. I did pause for a bit and try and wipe it, but I don't know, it just was not working at all. So I thought I'd leave that in because some people say, oh, you make this look so easy. No, most of it is just editing. I edit out all the boo-boos, all the mistakes. So I have I think I cut out two more before I found this little one. So I am just adding the month. And before you all ask, yes, I did use all of those planners during the month of June. I am I am a planner hopper. I just hop around from planner to planner. I change them like I change purses. Like I'll stick to one main planner, and then the rest of them I can just kind of move around depending on what kind of mood I'm in that week. So I'm using the Happy Nietzsche. I'm getting into bullet journaling, trying that out. And I also did like a self-care planner recently, and that was just to help me get back into my skincare routines, my daily self-care routines, all of that, because during this whole quarantine lockdown thing, all of my routines just went out the window. So June was my month to get back on track. And I was kind of finished with this card, but it needed just a little something, like just that last detail to make it pop. So I did pull off a few things that didn't work. I think I do finally settle on that gold camera. And I'm not sure which Maggie Holmes collection that is from. I don't know, I just grabbed a few of them, and then one of them I got in Happy Mail, and the rest I did like I was doing like a run. I was on a toilet paper run. Y'all know when we ran out of supplies and I got frustrated and I wound up in Hobby Lobby, so I just bought a bunch of stuff because I was in there. So that's why a lot of this stuff is just on my desk and I haven't dug through my stash. And I was also excited because I have not used enamel dots in a while. Like my last spread, it just wasn't an enamel dot mood. So this one, I'm just digging through my enamel dots. And basically, I'm trying to use up those old ones before I open a new pack, because I always use up the smaller ones first. So I'm trying to make myself use the bigger ones. And I always use 3 enamel dots, 2 big ones and 1 little one. I don't know, 3 just always gives it that balance. And I guess you can say it's like that. It's actually a design rule, like the rule of thirds, but I'm not a technical crafter. I am a feelings crafter. If it feels right, I'll do it. And this picture, y'all, I was so excited because I put on, it was kind of like, you know, that one day I was cute in quarantine. So I was making an effort. I was like, you know what, every day I'm going to start getting up, combing my hair, putting on some makeup, even though I have nowhere to go. So that was kind of like one of my first days, and I was so proud of myself. And this card, like I was trying to make this work for my journaling. So I decided to just cut this card in half and then layer it. And I was trying not to dig into my stash. I have a hard time writing straight when there are no lines. But I was like, you know what, I'll make it work because it kind of went with my design. And I regretted it as soon as I started writing. You'll see in a second. I used the wrong pen, and then I don't know. I'm tired. I think I'm at the point where I'm tired of seeing my handwriting on everything. And I'm just digging through the stickers I have on my desk, trying to add something to this card. All right, so as soon as I added this journaling, I don't know, I regretted it. So I tried to put some lines underneath it because I've seen other Project Lifers do it, but I don't know, it did nothing for my handwriting. It did not make it look any better or straighter. But I don't know, I figured, you know what, let me pop on some enamel dots to save the day. And my journaling just says, this month is all about adjusting to this new normal and getting back on track. And I'm just adding a little label and a little cluster at the bottom of this photo. It didn't need much, but hey, I had some hearts that wanted to get used. And for these last 2 cards, I'm going to try and do this same technique just to balance the layout. And I'm doing the same. It's that same little gray paper. And I don't know, I love this paper. So I only had one piece of 6x6 of this gray paper. So I wanted to use it all. And I don't know, gray, I love using gray on layouts, but I just don't have much of it. So even though I didn't like my journaling, I wanted to try it one more time because I know I didn't have too much journaling for this one. This one is mainly just decoration, I guess. And this picture is just my husband cutting my son's hair. And since we have been, this is kind of like part of our new normal, since we have not been leaving the house at all. So there are no barbershop appointments. So my husband has been doing his best to cut his hair. I don't know, I think it looks fine, but he's been doing his best to cut his hair. They've been doing it like every other week. And I'm just writing that this is also a part of our new normal, like that the den gets turned into a barbershop every 2 weeks. So I hope you all are enjoying my return to Project Life. I'm really having fun. I have lots of spreads coming up. And I also think doing Project Life, like documenting, you wouldn't think that you have a lot to document right now since, you know, we're just in the house. But basically, I'm documenting how this has changed our routine. So even though not much is going on, like this is a big change to document right now. So in the comments, let me know how you guys have been coping with this quarantine and how it has changed your daily routines, if any. And I felt like that picture just needed one more thing. So I just added a little word sticker, and it just says happy little moments. So that is it for this layout. And I'm going to zoom out so you can kind